Hi, I'm Skylar. I've got two devices here in front of me, a MacBook Pro with Retina display and an iPad. What's the basic difference? Well, the first thing I think you would probably notice is the fact that this is bigger, much bigger. It's got a keyboard and it's got a trackpad. That's the interface. So I use my finger in order to move a cursor, and then I use the keys to type. On an iPad, I use my finger to directly interface with the device. So, for example, I go to Notes by tapping on it, and then I can create a new note, and now my keyboard appears here on the screen. So I can type directly on the screen. Another thing that's different about interfaces, actually, a small point, but a valid one. iPad has Siri, if you've got an iPad 3 or 4 or mini. The computer doesn't. The MacBook Pro does have dictation, which relies on a similar technology, a kind of a backbone technology to Siri, but it's not full-featured Siri. So those are a couple small differences. It really depends on who you are and what you want to do that dictates which one is better for you. So, for example, if you're a person who wants to do mostly reading and simple note-taking, mail, and browsing the internet, those are things that the iPad was specifically designed to do. But if you're a person who wants to get into heavy video editing or managing a large library of photographs, then a Mac is probably a better option. That's primarily because the Mac has a lot more storage space. In some cases, up to 5 times, 6 times as much. In this case, I've got a 16 gigabyte iPad, and the drive in my computer has 256 gigabytes. So you can see that there's a massive amount of data that I can put here where I just can't put it here. So besides things like storage space and processing power, the primary difference, as I've hinted, is your experience. So let's take a look at, say, browsing the web, for example. Here I am on Apple's web page, and I scroll just by swiping my finger up and down. Pretty much everybody's seen this at this point. Let's go to a web page where there's a lot of text, like, say, the NY Times. You can see it loads pretty quickly. Text is a little bit small, but thanks to the Retina display, it's really sharp. If I double tap, it zooms in a little bit, and I can pinch to zoom very easily. So watching me do this, and thinking about the experience you've had with a laptop computer, you probably notice that it is a very different experience. But to really compare the two, one has to think about the types of things one wants to do. So once you've got a list of those things in your mind, think about the interfaces between the computer and the iPad, and imagine which one might work better for you. Thanks for watching. I'm Skylar.